full body workout today using only dumbbells. So it's a pair of dumbbells. You can do that exercise at home or anywhere where you just have a space and a pair of dumbbells. As always, we'll get straight into it without wasting any time. The style we're going to do is a superset or a giant set where you do many movements back to back and then rest. But of course you can do it individually if you want to, every movement separately. So the first group of movements will be 3 movements with that pair of dumbbells. First one is side raise, looks like that. Second one is front raise, which looks like that. The third one is biceps curl, which is like that. It's 12 to 15, and here is an example of how you're going to do it. We're going to do just smaller reps, just to give you an idea on how it looks like. So here is how a full giant set looks like. Start side raise, 15 of this. Switch straight into front raise, which is 15 again, then switch straight into biceps curl. So you make sure you get 12 to 15 reps, then you can have a rest. We'll try to minimize the rest to from 30 to 45 seconds, no more. To do these movements 3 to 4 sets. So all the 3 movements back to back, rest and repeat 3 to 4 So I suggest then to pause the video here, do this first giant set, finish it, and then go on the next one. Your next group of movements are only 2, the renegade row and narrow triceps press, just using the dumbbell to hold on. So, renegade row is quite advanced movement, however, you can adjust it to your level to start with. So here's how you're going to do it. Make sure you have a straight back, good posture. Pull into row, down, row, down. Now, it's very important to make sure you're not shifting your body weight once you lift your arm, because that's how you have a good core engagement. If you couldn't do this to start with, you could do it on your knees, easier version. However, I would encourage everybody to start at least on that position, get as many reps as you can, then when you can't do any more, you can get on your knees. We're going to move straight after that into the triceps press, which looks like that. You go narrow, it's important to be narrow so the dumbbells close. Again, if you couldn't do the full version of that exercise, you could do it on your knees and progress from there. It's very important to go narrow and to feel it on your triceps. The way you're going to do it, the renegade row, 12 to 15 reps. You go straight into the triceps press, 12 to 15 reps. And then that's one set, and you do that as many times as you can, 3, 4, 5, depends on how much time you have. Now, again, you could pause the video here, do this giant set. Move into next, it's important to say that I suggest the superset system. However, you can do all these movements back to back if you want to. If you want to do a big circuit, you could do all the movements from the beginning of this video, back to back, get a little rest and repeat. Again, you can control the intensity, depends on your level. So you could put all these movements back to back and then have a little rest, repeat, and so on. Also, I'm only using a pair of 4 kilos in that video. Of course, you can go as heavy as you want to. However, it's important to not sacrifice the form just because you're lifting heavy. So I would say have a reasonable weight that you feel tired after 6 to 8 reps, and just push yourself to continue the set, anything between 12 to 15. Next, we have bent over row, Romanian deadlift, and wide press-ups. Let's see how it's done. Here is how to do the bent over row. So you hinge, soft knees, You pull towards the side, so you pull the elbows towards the hips. It's very important to make sure you're engaging your back like that, so never be in that position. So always have this little arch on the back. When you finish that, you will go straight into the Romanian deadlift, which again looks like that. Soft knees, hinge, keeping your back straight. Down to about mid-chin, all the way up. You lock the hips and squeeze your glutes. Again, it's important to be engaged, so your back engaged like that. Never go into deadlift doing that. Always straight. Once you finish that, you'll go straight into the wide press-ups. And basically, it's only a different shape of the grip as comparing to normal press-ups. So you're going to hold the dumbbells that way, wide, and press. Again, you could reduce the level of that exercise to get on your knees, and again, progress from there. Same style, so you're going to do every movement, 12 to 15 back to back. Finish these, then rest. And remember, you can add these to all the previous exercises in the video and do one massive set. That is also possible. It all depends on your level and your level of training and the intensity and the endurance you have. The next compound is squat with dumbbells. You go straight into chest to ground burpees with overhead press, and then you go straight into dumbbell stationary lunges. And as always, I'm going to show you how you're going to do it, and then you're going to apply that with the amount of reps you can do. 3 sets back to back. I'm going to put the dumbbells there, below 90 degrees if you can, all the way up. And you'll try not to hold on top, you just keep going. And of course, remember, this is only light dumbbells for the demo of this video, but you can go as heavy as you can. You go straight from there to chest to ground burpees, into press, back up, into overhead press. Remember to get your chest to ground, thrust, press. And again, 12 to 15 reps. You get up from that into stationary lunges. You make sure to get at least to 90 degrees. Drive back up. And remember, the counting here is both legs, lunges, that count as 1. So right, left, that's 1. You can do these movements in any style that you like. So you can do, like I said, all these movements in one massive set, like a circuit style. Of course, that is a lot higher intensity. Or what you can do is write all of them down, split them into 2 groups only, do 1 group back to back, then straight into the second group back to back, and repeat. The other style is to do them individually, so every exercise separately. Again, this will be a lot lower intensity, but you might want to change the intensity. You might be having a deload, you might be tired today, whatever. So any exercise, of course, will be better than no exercise. The other thing you can control the intensity with is the weight, of course, how heavy you're lifting, the volume, which is the amount of reps, and the rest. So make sure you're not having 5 minutes rest between each set or each exercise. Of course, is the amount of rounds. So you might split this movement into 2 groups, and you do 2 rounds only of these 2 groups, or 4 or 5 rounds. That's all the ways that you can use to increase the intensity. So give this a try, and of course feel free to ask me any questions you might have, and stay jacked.